So this is sort of the intro opening, dashboard, and it's telling me it has some insights here already. As you can tell, I don't do anything with this free site. It's my play site, but um, it tells how many views there have been. My best ever comments was 44. It tells me, these are all stats that are built into this. What was the most popular day, which is Saturday. Apparently people like to read, more on a Saturday. This was more of a blog, but these stats are right here, and it tells who your commenting authors are. It kind of breaks some stuff down. You can see, what countries. Apparently I had somebody in Alaska hop down and take a look. But these are some general stats that that come with it. But I just wanted to give you a general idea of the website. This is just a generic one I've set up. This is a bottom footer. Each of these are widgets, and I'll show you how you can put those in. This is a general navigation up here. It has a photo, and this is...
What does that widget do again? I'm sorry.
Okay, widgets. Widgets, this is like a category cloud. I'll go in and I'll show you where the widgets are. Widgets go in non-content areas. They're like little apps that like show things. And this is actually content text that I can push here. Categories are all the categories I have in my blog here. And I can choose to push that as a widget to show here or turn it off. So widgets are little tiny functionalities that go in the footer area, or this is a left sidebar area or a right sidebar area, and sometimes you can put it up in the header area. So they're just little pieces of functionality. You could put a small calendar, would be a widget, but a calendar can run in the content area as well. And this is the content area. Now, we'll talk a little bit more about responsive websites. So in here, it allows me to look at this, how someone would see it on a computer. And this is important to know too. And then up here, do you see these little icons? This represents a computer, a tablet, and a phone. So if I click on the tablet, this is what someone in a tablet is going to see what this website looks like. And if they're looking at it on a phone, that's how it's going to look like. This is called responsive. That means it will stack and be easily understandable based on the size of the screen, which is very important these days. And pretty much all the WordPress sites are responsive. So that's key when you put stuff in. You want to see how is it going to look. Because see how this content gets stacked, but on this one it keeps the columns. So this is what makes a website responsive. And on the widget, the footer area too. I don't know how it's so frustrating. There's still a lot of old sites that have their full site on a phone and you can't see anything. So responsive is the mobile way of reorganizing your website. And your content management system is going to do that for you. Before this happened, we used to have to actually hand code 2 separate sites. And now it's all done with one site. You can build one site and it will actually code correctly so that you can view it and it's understandable on all devices. So this is a nice feature. You can go see what people look at your site without having to pull it up on your phone, which is handy. So this is your dashboard in the free version. It's going to be a little more drag and drop versus what I showed you the other night of how I work. Now you can simply, I'm trying to think, you can customize your theme by clicking on the Customize. And you're going to have a whole bunch of stuff. You're actually going to have your website right here, and you're going to see how things kind of happen. You can also quickly, you can still look at your mobile version, you know, versus, you know, you've got these little icons down here. But all of these areas help you change the look over here. Oh, can't do that. Can't do that because I'm not a premium. This is the cheap, this is the freebie. Your site identity. I didn't put a logo in, but I can put a logo in if I wanted to. Let me go to
So you want to use a ping there? Is that it, Kara?
that one's a ping because it was created in Illustrator, and I find Illustrator because pings on a logo in Illustrator will make sure that there's no background on it, so I can put it on a background. So I just went over and chose and see how it uploaded the logo. I don't know what the size of this logo. I just grabbed one. The size might be wrong. Now, key thing, I should just right off the bat, you guys should write this down. When you bring in an image in any content management system, you want to give it a title that's understandable. If you're like me, my file format doesn't read anything. So you want to give it a title, and this is all part of your search engine optimization that helps you. So this, I will call it just simply SwiftTrack logo. And the key thing too that Google's really doing is alt tags. Alt tags, I usually will use, you can usually use the same name as the title. It's got to be a short way that describes what the image is. If it's a photo of a rock and it doesn't mean anything on the page, just say it's a photo of a rock. But what the alt tag does, Google searches it, they use it to see if it's got a label on it. It's part of the accessibility so that people with accessibility problems are using screen readers, or they have to turn off their images because they want to. This helps them know what that image is. And Google's really starting to come down on sites that don't use this feature. So if you write anything down, write down that you want to give all your images a title and an alt text. Very key thing. And you can actually crop things now. This is new. This hasn't been a long, I'm actually not used to it doing it. You can actually do some cropping now right in WordPress. So so I just dropped my logo in. Now I also have a site title, and if I just delete it because I've got my logo there, I won't have to worry about putting a site title in because the logo is going to take the place of it. So so this is under what site identity is, where you can put your logo in. Now this logo and everything's set up based on the template that I'm working. I'm going to switch a few templates out so you can see how things change a little bit. But this template allows me to put a little tagline, which is up here. If you don't want it, you could take it out. You could leave it there. Also, in the free version, you have to promote WordPress.com. If you pay, you get to take the branding out. So here you get the choice of what types of branding you want to use, and their branding goes at the bottom. The WordPress logo is just the little W logo, but you can change it to say WordPress.com if you wanted to. Can you guys see that at the bottom of your screen? So you get the choice. They have to brand it on the free one, which most places do, and you But you get to choose how you want them to brand on your site. So you can choose.
So, say I'm a small company and I want to, I don't want to pay for a website. I can go into WordPress here,
Mm-hmm.
get one for free,
Yep.
keep it up there forever for free. And I know I'm limited with,
Yeah.
things that I can add to it. But if I just wanted to get up on the internet, I
Yeah.
can do that, but I have to use their address.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
It's only a couple dollars more to use your domain. I think it's $2.99 to pay a month, and then you could get your own personal domain. And I can't remember if the branding comes off, or you might have to buy 2 tiers up. We can go look when we get done. Um, So at least they give you a choice of how you want the branding to look. So if you see any WordPress branding on the bottom of a website, you know they've got a free website. That's a hint. And which helps you if you're working on websites for clients. They want to know why they can't add anything more. That's your key thing to tell them that it's time to do a paid version to get a little more functionality. So
Sorry, quick question. I'm just real curious. Like, so you know how you're in a certain area and you're just Googling particular something you may need, and then not the product, but companies that sell that product and service that product will pop up first. If you're using WordPress here, you probably won't come up on that screen because you're not paying anything for the site, right?
oh no, you will. If you built in and you understand enough about SEO and search engine optimization, you will.
Really?
And Google's a whole different thing. I'm going to do a whole marketing. We're going to do a week of marketing and everything. There's a bunch of stuff you can do for your customers that they have to go in and choose all their Google stuff that helps push them. And a lot of that can be their local searches that people are looking, I need to find a carpet company within 25 miles. And if your client's within that, and we've done our SEO stuff, they will come up. They will. It takes a little bit, but and if you work at it, but they definitely will still come up.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Good to know.
Yeah. So 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 then you got to save if you want to hold on to this, and then I'm just going to step you through. Then you got to click back. So that was under site identity that we just did. Now your colors and your backgrounds. Now this template, you get to choose these are the palettes. So I get that look, that look. That's what I had. Go the purple. So these are preset color schemes that you can just choose to go with, and then just save it. I can change the background on this one. So the background is this color. So I could change it to, ooh, neon green. Or it's also allowing me to pick my own. Now, this is a hex color with that little number sign. These are hex colors, and which are different from print and anything else. Those are the colors. Once you find one, I would copy and paste that so you can, if you want continuity and always using it. So these color pickers, work on different vibrancies. So you've got this area to go up and down, and then this for the lightness of those, tones that you want. And then you can just save it. Now this is per template. I'm going to flip out of this template after I kind of walk you through some of this stuff, and you'll see that we might have some different options, but they'll still be, itemized under here. Now here you can have a lot of fun, but you don't want to go overboard. It's nice that they've made it that you only get 2 choices of fonts, which is good, because most of us know that too many type styles on a page is just it doesn't work really well. So they're giving you limited options. It's kind of built in, but you can choose from quite a few typefaces in here. So the headings, which your headings are here, is this. I just changed that to the Roboto slab, and you can change the size to huge, and different sizes. And then your base font you can change as well. And I sometimes will go with 2 fonts. I'd like a non-serifed, most likely for, I don't like that one, for it just reads a lot better than a serifed font. Like Roboto's it's a slab serifed, but it works well for headlines and headings because they're short. So you've got those to play with, and always save if you don't like it, just don't save it, and you can just go backwards. This is where you can switch out the image. This is where, John, I got that beautiful image. So they've thrown a few free ones in here that I can use for free.
Is that you out there doing yoga?
Yeah.
Great place to do yoga.
Yeah. So, but I can also add an image in here too, and they give you the dimensions of what you need. So it needs to be, and it's done in pixels. So if you want to bring your own image in, your template will tell you what size. So this needs to be 2000 pixels wide by 800 pixels tall. So, and you'd have to bring it in exactly that size. Now I'm going to be doing, I think next class I'm going to do optimizing photos in Photoshop. So I'll be going over that. So don't get too picky on images. Next class I'm going to do that so you can start playing with bringing in some actual images the right way. So I'm going to do that on Thursday, some image optimizations. So this is your header area. So this theme, has a photo up here. Or if you don't want it, you can choose not to, then your website would look like this. So, or you can put a photo in.
You see it so often where, you got that beautiful photo first. I mean, I guess that's really key, right?
It's a big, it is. A lot of them, use it with moving images. I don't know if we can find a template that has one of those. And you can put a couple in, and sometimes there's text over them. Yeah, images really sell, draw people in, and okay, so this is on the menu, and I named it the main menu. If we want to edit the menu, I can go add a couple more things. These are all the pages that I put together for this. And if I wanted to reorder them, see how quickly that orders? I just drag them. I want the about first. See how it moves about? I'm going to put about over there by just dragging it down. And I have these here because I built pages. We will go and I'll show you how to build some pages. And then these will be here. Categories, okay. So you have some menu options. Now widgets, these are your widget areas on this template. Every template is going to be different. I can do a full width header, which is up here. This is a full width header. Footer, this is the footer area. Right now, that's a full width. I don't have it as a full width. I'm doing, this is footer 1, footer 2. I made it a 3 column. So what you can do is you click on it, and if I want to add a widget, these are widgets. If I wanted to post my blog stats, I could put them in here. I'm not sure how to set this one up. That one's not showing anything, so I'm going to delete that one. Wait, which one was, oh, I want to go over to footer. I'll add one on the fourth footer. There's nothing there. So I just added, did you see this appear right here? I'm going to delete this. So we had 3 columns in here. I just added one to the fourth footer. I'm going to delete it. Because right now the footer is only in 3 columns, and I'm going to put something in the fourth footer, which is going to make it a 4th column. And that was contact information, which displays your location, your hours, and your contact information. So it actually pulls in a map, which I would have to go get an API key from Google Maps. That's a process. It gives me the documentation to do that. It's something I can explain later, but once you do it, you know how to do it. I can put my phone number in, you know. My hours, my address. But see how this is a widget and how simple it was to bring that information in, the hours, the phone number, and a location map. And then save it.
Okay, so you would apply for that key, and then Google would give you a map of your particular area.
Yep.
With a balloon showing where the street is and the address.
Exactly. Because right now it's just a generic map. It would be a process. If I click over, I'll go over to Google, and I will type in my address. It'll give me the map, and then it gives me a key. I copy those numbers, I put it here, and then boom, it'll force the map in for me.
And it pops your photo in there too, in the top right corner.
Yeah, I see it did. Yeah. Yep.
Hmm.
So, so you can just change that. But that's a widget. They're little types of functionality or information or little bits of content that, because if you remember right, websites are built in columns and grids. So now we've just broken the bottom footer into a 4-column with information. And these are categories. If I click on it, it'll bring me to that category of all the blog posts I did on innovative design. But this is stuff to go in and just play with. Now we're doing it. Okay. Now this is key when you start your page up. You have to build a couple pages. I'll go show you how, after we get done with this, we're going to go build a couple pages. Because you have to have a couple pages, and the first thing you want to do is label your first one home. Your first page should be labeled home, because you're going to open up, when you create this, you're going to open it right up, and it's going to be at the blog post, which is going to look a little bit different. It's just going to be, it'll have a generic blog post set in there. So this is just all the blog posts all on one big page. But I want it to be not a blog, I want it to be a website with a blog. So you need to set a static page for your home page. So you would switch and click on static page, and then your front page is your home page. All the pages you built will be in the list, and you would choose the home from it. And then you have to choose, if you're going to have a blog, you will make a blog page, and then you choose that where your blog post will go. And that separates blog posts into this, and it does it for you. So that's a quick, oh, and then there's testimonials. I haven't played with this. I don't know this template, so this has another little feature I can play around with. So that's the general what you to sort of see, you know, to play around with the look and feel of it. That comes with just some easy things to do to change and customize your site. But then you come back over here and we have blog posts and we have pages. So we're going to add a page to the site. And this is your little it's your WYSIWYG area where you're going to type it. I'm going to go over and get a little lorem ipsum. Remember, lorem ipsum is great for just generic text, especially for now. So, believe it or not, you can't see it, but down here is where you're gonna type. So I just dropped in some generic text, and you always want to give it a title. I don't have services, so I'm going to do a services page. This is a little information. I could do a couple paragraphs. I want to have an image with it. So you want to click your cursor where you want an image, and this is add media, this little button. It'll bring you up to, these are all the images that are on this site right now. And you just add a new image. And you want PNGs or JPEGs, and I'll go over optimizing stuff. I'm just going to pull in an image. Oh, let me, those are. If I click on the icon, I'm using this site just as a thing. So if you've brought something in here, I brought in a new photo. This little pencil allows you to edit or get the more information on it. And you want to add a, like this would, I want to give it an alt tag, and because this is just an image for just an image, I'm just going to say, just call it a sample website, just to give it some sort of a label. If Google finds too many unlabeled, they're going to mark it against you. And then I'm going to insert it. And you can size it. Did you see I could size it right there? Now the key thing too is you want to get its position. I want the text next to it, so I chose a line left. If I line center, it's going to center it over. Line right, it's going to put it over there. And if you give it, this is no alignment, it doesn't do much. So I'll put it over here. So I've just built a page with some context. You want to remember the order of the sizing is done by heading 1, 2, 3, 4. You won't use heading 1. They always put it there so people can use it. But don't use heading 1 in your page content because services is already heading 1. There's a hierarchy in how you emphasize your text. So I can put in here this would actually be my H2. It's slow. H2. Because that's an H1, this is an H2, and this is paragraph. Now, if I wanted a subheading under that, the next one would be, this also makes your content easy to read. I would make this a H3. and I'll show you what it looks like. We can preview it. Publishing is saving it. Preview is to see what this page is going to look like. So you can hit preview. I like the beep beep bop. So this shows me what it looks like. I've got some things I want to fix in here because it didn't really like to work around the different text that I had. So I'm going to go over and make a couple changes. And I don't need that. I'm just going to go with a and preview it again. What's good about previewing is nobody sees your work. It's just a preview to see it. So yeah, I like how this now the image over here works a little bit better and the text kind of flows around it.
Now, why did the word strategy come in capitalized?
Ah, good question. It's the styling that's preset. So what's nice is I wouldn't have to worry about, so this template styling makes the H2, it's called H2 tag, all caps. So which separates it and makes it emphasize a little differently than the page. I usually turn these off. I gotta see. I usually turn this is the page name. So I'm going to save this because I want services to be up here. We're going to go put it in the menu now. So I'm going to publish it to save it. And then I'm going to go back to my customizing because that's where I can work on my menu. Go to my menu. I'm going to edit because this is the header. I don't have a social menu, so I'm going to edit it. Where is it? Where is that page? Oh, why is that not coming up? The page is not here. Why not? I get a different view when I work on my sites. I get to see everything. I don't work usually in this mode, so where did it go? Let me go back over. So services is there. Okay. Now, 62 schedule drafts. No drafts. I'm supposed to have that as a choice so I can add it to the menu. Oh wait, here we go.
Is that add new item? Is that grayed out?
Yeah, it is. Trying to figure out because why. Okay, this is showing me the menu. Okay, I'm just gonna edit that. I wonder if I add a new menu. You have unsaved menu changes. Okay. Okay, I'm going to make a new menu. And now it's got everything. It has all the pages. So new menu. Home services, hiking. So I'm going to add, I must have to add them one at a time. Okay, so this is building the menu from scratch, which you would have to do anyhow. So menus, and menu below, services, home, hiking, add. So I keep adding, add a menu below the next one. We'll be able to move around. Blog, add. And about. Okay. Save. And then we'll have to go back over. Still save. Okay, there we go. So now if we go to customizing, I don't know why it says home now. I have to go fix that. So it puts services up there.
It's okay to have two homes.
Yeah, home. It must be. I gotta go fix that. So I could actually, you know, okay, home is usually first, and just reorder these. If I wanted. Yep, it allows me. So let me save this. See if it does what I wanted it to do. No, it didn't. Okay. Okay. I have to go over and figure out why it did that. So that was actually building a menu from scratch. It probably didn't like my old menu before.
You'd have to go in and delete the original home, correct?
See, I just got to do this. Well, it keeps the pages. So if I want to make a new menu, so this is menu 1. Add a new menu. You can actually push a little sub menu someplace. So if I add a new menu, you have unsaved changes, cancel. Okay, save. So a new menu, we can make a second menu. So you just add the plus. It lists all the pages you built. So if I added a few more pages, they would be in this list. And sometimes you want a custom menu for just a page, because sometimes if you, on your about page, you have team members. So on that team page, you might want to have everybody have a quick link to Joe, to John, and Jan. So you could make just a link to their personal pages so they can all, so that would be like a sub menu. So you can make multiple menus and then use them in different areas in your site. And sometimes you can actually do category links, and that's just a little more I could tell you later. So you actually, I sometimes have 2 or 3 different menus on a site, and they're only shown on certain pages. So that's how you make a menu. So click in, make a new menu, and choose what pages you want to be there. Pretty much all the pages you built would probably go someplace at this point. So the next thing, and the same, a blog post. So it's nice. It tells me when I don't. It tells you when you haven't saved things too. So a blog post is separate from a page. A page is, the front parts. A blog post is in your blog. And there's different ways you can use it as well. But it's the
Right,
same.
but a page is a part of each menu section. Like you can have 3 pages
Exactly.
for hiking, 4 pages for
Yeah.
I don't know, links, right, or whatever. But okay, I just wanted to make that clear. Okay.
Yeah, and so a blog post is like an article that you wrote, and you would put some text, your you can do a feature image with a blog post, which I'm just going to use the same one because it's already there. So I will show you what that does. A feature image is going to come up for that blog post. So if I preview this, so this is set up to make that feature image come up full size like this and then go into. Every template's going to show things differently. Now watch, I'll show you if I take this, if I didn't put this feature image in, this is what the blog's going to look like. It's using the site's image instead. So a feature image is key when you're doing blog posts because it puts the image, because you do want a photo or an image to go with the blog post. It makes it more interesting, and so you want to put that in as the feature image, and it will just set it as and then all of your blog posts will have the same look.
Have you gotten any blog comments from the Netherlands that you know of?
Where was it? No, there's one. No, I didn't. None from them. So.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
I'm trying to think how far away did I get some on this.
Juneau, Alaska?
I don't know. Maybe.
That would be what a great place to hike, Alaska, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to get up there one of these days.
Oh, yeah, it's on my list. Okay. So now I'm going to show you, this is where we're at with the site. It just has this look. What it's doing here is it's pushing, this was that hiking one that I just put in. It pushed the blog post on the home page under the main content. I didn't have to do it. It's smart enough to know that it puts the next most recent blog posts in here where people can click on to read more, and brings you to the actual full blog post. So keep that memory, because what we're going to do now is we're going to go over and we're going to, we are going to click on themes, not the customized themes, and we're going to go pick a new theme. So there's a difference. Hit customize. Customize brings you to this customizing. But if you click on the word theme around theme, it pulls up all the themes. So these are themes you have. You can either, notice some of them are paid, $79, $69. We're going to go up here and choose free because we don't want to pay. So now we're looking at all these free websites, templates, and I'm going to plug one in, and you're going to see how it changes the whole website, and you can just play with different themes to make different looks. Trying to find one that'll give it a different look. can you see you have lots of choices to go play with? And these,
Yeah, I saw a dove up there, like a bird. That looked cool.
oh, this is a museum. So let me see,
Oh, is that what
museum
that is? Okay.
info. Let me see. You can click on it to get a little more information on it. So yeah, so this is a really simple imagery, simple type of thing. So that gives you a closer look of, so this is, if you have a lot of imagery, this would be a good one for it.
Is that the Louvre?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, the Louvre in France.
Yeah. Um, let's see here. This one sets features. These are actually pulling some stuff a little bit different. You kind of learn how to, how they set up the blog posts, the footers. So I'm going to activate this one. We'll just see what it looks like. So I'm going to hit activate this design. So it changed things, so I'm going to have to go play around with it. This was the home page. It's made things look a little bit different. So we're going to have to go over and no, I don't want that one. This is a normal dashboard that I'm looking at, and I don't know why it just did that. I want to get... Okay, back here. So we want to go to the customizer now. And the site's looking kind of boring because we put that theme in, and apparently we don't have the stuff where we want it to be. And, well, that one's not letting us put a logo in, so I can tell you we don't want to use that theme. So it didn't have that option to put a logo in, so we're going to choose a different theme.
So some of the templates will give you less options. Expect that.
Exactly. Oh, so what free ones? Yes. Balance. This is the template I just worked with, was this one right here. The Karuma, which was that was a nice little template. Let's see what this one does. Okay. Oops. Okay, just going to add the logo in again. So this one's doing the logo big and center. You'll notice it has all, this free, it's all pre-set up. The theme's awesome features. I don't work in this customizer mode all the time, so I'm still sort of... Okay, so that's what we just did, that. I wonder if I need to redo the static front page. No? Okay. So this is a little bit simpler site. Did I lose the... Oh, this is featured content. Name options. Okay. widgets. So this just has a big footer area. Let me add a calendar. Ooh, that calendar didn't work. So it does a full width. I don't want that one in there.
Can't read the numbers.
No. Trying to find something that would work in there. And this has different widgets too, believe it or not, than the other one. So every template's going to have different, some of the same, but some different widgets. Like here I could put a custom menu in here. Yeah, it's going full width. So it's not giving me the columns in this one. But this has a sidebar widgets, which should work. We'll put the contact info. So this one does better with widgets in the sidebar. So that, it put that there. I could add, didn't like that one. This one has, I just put in a widget that's follow the blog via email, so people could put their email in and get an email every time there's a new blog post put in. So this template is a little bit different. It doesn't have that big, what can I do here? Remove logo, change logo, display site. Okay, so I could turn on this little tagline. I can turn that on and off. So every template's going to be a little bit different. So this is a totally different website now. But your content's not lost. So you can switch between templates, but you're going to have to go play around with, you know, bringing stuff back in, what kind of font options there are. This one has the same font options. But that just tells you how different you think, oh, that font's going to be really cool. But, oh, actually, this one does take a photo.
Is that what that little icon is?
Yep, so this one does do a photo. Yes, so this is giving us editing tools right on the page. So you can do a photo in this one as well. So you just, if you switch between templates, you got to go kind of put the puzzle back together a little bit. But your content's still there. It's a matter of kind of learning, you know, what you want, what to look for. I'm just going to remove that. And by removing that, it gets rid of that footer area. So it just puts it like that. So that's a whole different look, you know, for the home page. Oh, I need to go do a menu. It doesn't have the menu is not there. So, menu. What it is I'm going to have to choose a location. The menu that we built is still here. It was menu 1, but because this doesn't know where to put it, I need to choose a location. Now we have our navigation in there. So this is a little bit simpler site, but now the navigation's there. Can we still have? You know what I bet? I bet this logo's too large, and it's not resizing it. Yeah, because this image isn't coming in right. It must be this image is too large. If you do have images that are too large, and see that's because that's a forced logo, it's not letting me edit it. I bet this is just too large. Because otherwise,
Yeah, but when you first popped in the Swift Trek logo, that's the size the system put it in at, right? I mean, you didn't determine the size of it, correct?
no, let me see, there was 2 copies. Let me change logo.
Oh, the original size. Gotcha. Yeah.
No, it's still the same. Edit. It is really big. So I can come in and scale it. I'll be honest, I usually bring stuff in, oh, that's not that big. It's not showing it to me either. Edit image. Okay, that sized it down. You can size it, but I'll be honest, it's best to bring things in at 100%, but you can go down a little bit if you want to. So that's actually a better size for that. Okay. I was hoping it would put an image in the background, but you're kind of stuck sometimes with these templates based on, yeah. Oh, I know it was wrong. When you add new pages, if you check this option, this menu options, automatically add new top level pages to this menu. If you check that, every time you add a new top level page to a page, it'll automatically go to the menu for you. And you can always delete them out. Okay. So yeah, so that's how this website's working. It doesn't work for me that well because I don't like how it's stacking everything. And the image doesn't make sense. Yeah. So when you play around with template with themes, I mean you can change it, but things are going to be a little bit different. Okay, this one's going to add text over images. I won't go play with that one because I know that one might be kind of interesting. But that gives you a sense of how much you guys can play. Plugins. The plugins that are here, you can purchase some plugins. You will have some advertising you don't want when you get the free version, though. I mean, stat, galleries, advanced galleries. Okay, this is a slideshow sort of a thing. So these are the plugins that come with this. A form builder, so you can actually build a form for your contact page. So you can look and see what this is, and this is a video how to use that contact form. They've got good information to step you through how to use the plugins. So this is the information on that form plugin. which is handy that they have built-in information to learn how to use it. Um,
How does the security scanning work, Kara?
um, they are using brute stats.
Is that a reliable company? That one there that they use?
Yeah. Yeah. This is they bought out, they're a company in Maine that does the security, and they're really, really good. I was actually using them. I was kind of bummed that Automatic bought them out, um, because now you can only get it through WordPress instead of through the other company. Um, but this allows strong passwords, which is good. It'll actually, if you need a new password or you need to assign users to come have access to the website, every time they lose their password, they'll be assigned a strong password. Yeah, and Automatic has the best security on their sites. They keep everything up to date really, really well. Um, I forgot I have a couple other sites over here. Huh. Old sites. Trying to think.
Probably a bad idea if you have too many plugins on a particular page, correct?
Yeah, I like to keep usually about 10 to 12. I have one monster site that I can't narrow them down because I didn't build the site that has 31 plugins. And I'll tell you, as soon as I update the site, it's outdated. It's just so I just ignore it, and every 2 weeks go in and update it, because it's just
Right.
it's a lot of stuff to keep track of. Because the developers, good developers are always doing new patches and updates regularly, just because there's so many security issues out there, and
Do you have to read up on that stuff, or like where do you get, current trends, different apps you should be using, rating charts and so forth? I mean, how do you get your information on all that? Like, so you're using, the best that's out there.
WordPress.org. I use them to research everything. Um, Anything that you're using it's pretty good to get from here. You can look at themes here as well. There's a whole bunch of blogs that I follow. My hosting company. There's so many people in the industry that I just follow their blogs. There's WordFence is one of the security plugins I use. They're top notch. They send me emails weekly. If there's some threat.
So once you connect to these professionals who do web design and use these apps, if they make a comment, you hear back right away, and that's how you get your info.
Yeah, on some of them you do, and you'll know when there needs to be an update. You don't have to worry about it on any of your site on the site on WordPress.com, because they take care of all of it. But on my regular sites, they are in there. I get emails, and it actually will show me the plugin. Will tell me it needs to be updated, so I don't have to go find that information. It's all pushed right to me.
Yeah, that's convenient. Okay.
Yeah, I'll show you. Let me show you my main accounts. I use ManageWP, very reputable company. This is where I have a bunch of accounts, and I can just look at the same ones. So, like when I come here, I have 56 plugins that need updates out of all of the websites that are managed right here. 4 themes need an update, and there's 3 of them that are on the current version of WordPress. And and this gives me the list of all the plugins. on the various sites that need to be updated. And then there's 4 sites that have this plugin on it. And then also when I go to the website itself, this is what it looks like for me. I mean, I can do a customizer here, but I work here and I have to look at my plugins. This is the list of plugins, how it looks for me, and I have to come in all the time, and then this is a warning. It tells me it needs a new version. So as soon as I open up and look at the plugin, so I do this twice a month with all my accounts because sometimes there's a major security issue, and then there's a note, the details of the new version. I can look. It tells me what they just did.
If you're not doing your updates, say you lose track for a couple of months, it's affecting the how the user uses the website, right? I mean, could it slow things down for them, or
it could, or it could break. So if you don't keep on top of keeping these plugins updated, it could break it. Yep. And there's different ways to do the update. You don't want to automatically update it. I have a local environment that I test all the stuff on first, and then I'll go do it on the website. But right now this site's good. It only has one that needs an update. And then to update it is I just click this button. And I know this is okay. So this is my SEO software. When did he did it? No, I'm not going to do this, push this update, because he just did this update 15 hours ago. I like to give developers a week, because if they've done a new update, something could be broken and a week takes them to find it. So I won't update this right now. I will give it, unless they tell me that it's an emergency, and they'll send me an email, because every time I'm registered with all the plugins. So
a week to work out the bugs.
Exactly, because I could update it and it could crash my site because it hasn't been tested with other plugins or themes and stuff. So yeah, that's my rule, is I usually give it a week. I don't want to do it immediately, so you give it like a week. So, but you won't have to worry about this till you actually do a real hosted WordPress site, because Automatic is doing this for your WordPress on the free site. And that's another thing to think about if you have a client that, you don't want to have to manage their account and it's a simple site. You could have them do a free site, or have it a managed site on WordPress.com. So so there's a tour. We're almost at 9 o'clock, and that was basically what I was going to kind of give you, something to go set up. It's free. It'll take you just minutes. You don't need a credit card, and it's free. Just think of what you want, because if you notice, my site is swifttrek.wordpress.com. That's what you will get. So you need to come up with the name that goes in front of the dot. So they give you a free subdomain. So you might, want your name and then dot, WordPress, or Maria, you could use your actual domain name in there if you wanted to, just to use it to play here, or your name. Whatever you want to use in there. However you want to, have this site. If you want it to be your personal place to blog, so make it something that's meaningful. Then it'll just have the WordPress.com after it. Keep it short.